Welcome to my last minute video. I've been fixing stuff for other people so much I just really felt like I wanted to do something for myself and my old lady to one of our vehicles. Something, and it's a Sunday. I can't work every single day. Well, I can't work on client stuff every single day, so today I'm working on our own stuff. And what I'm going to be attempting to do is use this, what is that, 1/4 inch steel rod to make a new grill insert for the Rusty Venture K20 Chevy that's spider webbed. So I've never done it before. We're going to give it a shot. I got the perfect material for it. I hope I got enough. I've already got 2 pieces cut and I made up a pattern. I'll show you all guys that in a minute. Until then, basically it's going to be a lot of me measuring, cutting, and then I'll bring the welder out and we'll set up on either the front porch or the sidewalk out here on a nice flat piece of concrete, which I don't own any flat concrete, and we'll try to get the frame loaded up so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. So the grill height, my insert is 12 3/8 is the total height. And my width is 50. So I already have my width cut. I'm going to try to cut my height now and see if I can't get it to hold shape here. Yeah, the secret, or the object, is to cut the 45s the same direction as the first 45. I just do a lot of guesswork and trimming and shit. The fun part's going to be when we actually make the curved parts of the web, and we got to make it curved. Said not in any kind of professional anything here, folks. Just a moron with some tools. I'm sure I'll someday get a comment that says, "You got that right." Alright, pardon the mess in my nasty shop floor, my office, but this is what I'm going for. They're not lined up perfectly. See, I got these 3 pieces cut out to make the outer frame, and the red lines is what I'm going to do inside, and then this, I'll make little tabs that I'll actually screw into the factory spots on the truck where the old grill screws into, and then I'll get some metal screen mesh going behind this, paint that black, paint the web red, and then that's going to be my new grill. Ooh, man, a little warm. I got my 4 corners tacked. I'm going to flip this, tack the other side. We're going to go do a test fit to see if it fits into the frame of the truck. So what I think I'm going to do now is pre-measure my spiderweb spokes and get them cut first, so that way I can grind them and adjust their angles as I need them to fit and tack them in. I think once I get the spokes down, I'm really not going to need all the rest of it. I can figure it out as I go. But definitely moving forward with this. And once I get some of the spiderweb spokes in here, we'll be able to hold it more true to square. Then I'll go ahead and ditch the pattern, and we'll do a test fit as well. But so far, it seems to be a pretty simple job. So now you can see I got my spokes cut in. I'm going to grind the angles into the tip so that they fit tighter in the center and along the outer bits of the frame. Then I'll tack all that in there and we'll get started on bending pieces for the little fillers. Still going hard. I got the main part of my frame done, so let me go do a memory card dump, and we're going to figure out how to do the curves and get those started. So I got a bunch of these little pieces cut in. It's a really slow process to bend this, cut the right angles, and get it to fit where you want it to fit. I'm not following my pattern perfectly exactly, but that's okay. It's still going to look pretty good. So what I'm going to actually do is instead of like filming all the back and forth work is I'm going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of these pieces cut out, and then I'll do a little bit of time lapse and be welding it all in. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. I already got the rims on the truck painted. Let me show you. This is the red that I'm using to paint the grill, the spiderweb red, to stand out in the black truck. But it looks really good. Completely changed the look of the truck. I got my hanger in, so we're going to be fixing this real soon too. Expect to see that on a future episode. I just love the look of this truck. Of course, if you see my van, I'm a fan of the red wheels with the factory hubcaps. It just looks boss. Alright, I got a bunch of them cut. Go ahead and tack these in so I can, they won't move and I can keep focused on the direction of my angle. Okay, awesome. The paper's a little bit on fire, but that's just going to happen. We'll get some more of these things bent and cut. Eventually, take it all the way out. Well, I would say at this point you can actually see it starting to take shape. It won't be long until I'm going to be filling in the rest of the grill coming across here. But I do have to say I fear I'm running out of material, and I'm going to have to get another 20-foot stick of that material in order to finish this up, but it's going to look great. Alright, there it is so far. It's all tacked. I have to finish welding all the way around each little weld, and then I have to sand down the grind. I'm not going to grind down the welds, I'm going to sand down the welds. There's my spiderweb grill insert. It's going to go right here on the front of this truck, in between the headlights. And I'll have some black mesh put in to keep the bugs out the radiator, and well, there's no AC cooler. Haha, condenser, I mean. And then now I'm going to have this thing's going to be painted bright red, and it's going inside. That's dope. It took me so long. I probably got 4 hours in this. Well, as you can see, this is about as ground down and cleaned up as I care to get. Oh no, I just showed you right straight to the bubbles. Yeah, I got a lot of bubbles on this one. It happens sometimes. I'm not a perfect welder. I had to figure out the materials, what I had to do. I used to weld in different type of material. So, let's see if I can, damn bargain spiders. Let's see if I can go remove the other grill and just set this one in place for a test fit and see what it looks like. So here we have our piece we've been working on. I took a moment and marked the center, and I bent it over a handrail in order to get the slight crook that the Chevy truck has in the front here. And I marked my edge here and my edge here of the headlight bezels. And what I'm going to do is line this up and split the difference between the two to get it to sit in place. And that is about where you plan on seeing it. Now, I'm going to make this mount into the same spot that the factory grill mounted to, which means I'm using the slip-on clips that have the threads for the screw, and I'm making tabs to weld to the top here to go to this spot all across the top, and I have tabs to go in from here. I have to make a piece for the center, and I have to make a piece for over here as well. The grill is actually sitting too low, so when I'm done, I'm hoping it sits up a little closer like this. Now, I've made patterns for my clips already, my tabs that I'm going to make in order for it to mount. So let me show you my patterns and what I've got to create out of sheet metal. So here's my outside lower tab, and you see the hole right here where it mounts to, and I marked my hole. And this is actually going to sit in like this, and my grill's going to sit across this piece here of the sheet metal, and it'll be welded to, so I just have to run a screw there. It also does the exact same thing on this side here, so all I have to do is take my pattern and flip it. So that's one. I have this lower center. Oh, dropped it. There we go. So this is my lower center here. That's going to be welded to the bracket, and you see I'm actually going to, this little metal clip used to clip into the grill itself, and then this hole screwed in from the bottom up into it. So what I've gotten here is, focus, my little squares drawn so that whenever I cut this free, cut that out, I can shove this piece through. That tab will be welded in, and this can bolt in like it's supposed to. Good Lord. There we go. And this piece is actually going to be sitting right here in the center. The top pieces. Here's the general idea for the top piece, so to mount in the top of these, and that's where all these little bolts are here. See, I'm going to pull that screw out, and now you can see the holes here. This piece will go in here. There's the red dot. That red dot's where the screw's going to line out. Then it folds down and comes out, and I'll weld the top of the bracket, the top of the grill, to that piece. So those are my patterns that I've made in order for me to cut all this out of sheet metal, shape it, bend it, tack it on, and whenever I'm done, I should be able to actually mount this grill in like the factory grill used to mount. Alright, so it's just squeezed into place. Let me show you what I did here. So here's the center mount for the original factory grill. I'm going to use a nut and bolt to hold that, and that's going to go into place, and I'll tack that while it's in place. Here's my lower outside mount right here. See that red line represents where the end of my headlight bezel is, and the same thing over here. On the top now, I had to make these bent brackets here and use the thread clips from the original factory grill, so that way whenever I screw it in like this, I have the piece. Oh, excuse that big wasp nest, I'm gonna knock that out, but I have the piece right here. So all I have to do is set the grill into place where I want it, bend these tabs up to match where I want it, and then tack them in place, remove everything, and finish off the weld. I also got, I'm not sure if I mentioned this expanded metal to clean up and go in behind it so that I won't get a bunch of chunks of rocks in my radiator. Alright, so it's squeezed into place. As you see, look. I welded my tabs on, and I put the clips from the factory grill onto my tabs so that it'll screw in just like the factory grill did. So you can see here, and then my bottom tabs are welded to it. They're going to directly screw in or bolt in. So we're going to go ahead and install this with the bezels to see how it looks. I'm going to paint it some other time. You probably won't get to see that on camera. Right now I'm just more concerned about it fitting correctly. You can see how it looks with the bezels, if I got it centered or not. So we're going to install this mother. So I'm almost done getting this in. I got a couple more screws to tighten up, but y'all get the idea already. So I'm gonna have to clean up that expanded metal, get it painted, get it installed. I've got to clean up all this rusty header panel in there and repaint it. But for today's episode, to wrap things up, I'm a little wide on this side. I knew that was gonna happen. Well, it ain't perfect. I know it ain't perfect, damn it. I wanted to try to get it perfect, but I got a bigger gap on this side than I do on that side over there. Let me double check. Sure shit, I'm flush over there. And I got almost a 1/4 inch of a gap over here. Well, shit happens. At least it's gonna look good from afar. It's my first time to ever do this, to be real honest with you. One more screw. I don't think I did too bad of a job for being my first time, but then again, everybody who does anything for their first time is going to say that. All right, done. Let me go ahead and move this stuff out the way. I'm going to close the hood up, so you can get a good look at the grill. And that's going to conclude this episode of BeckBuilt. Put that in the pocket. Got that. More nonsense, more tools, the phone. Look at that shit. When I get everything painted red, it's going to really stand out against that chrome trim and that black. And that concludes this episode. Alright, so what keeps us going on a weekend?
On a weekend.
So we can work and have a good time?
On our day.
On our day, not the workman's day. Well, that's Rockstar energy drinks and Jack Daniels.
Usually Jim Beam. But...
Usually Jim Beam. Today's Jack Daniels. And what you want to do is do about half the bottle. You drink some of your Rockstar out, and you measure about a half a bottle of Jack Daniels, a half pint, back into it. You give the other half to your spouse.
BeckBuilt tip of the day.
Just like cough syrup.
You gotta get it all in there.
Get it all in there, like cough syrup.